countries banned from the World Cup. Looks like some countries are just going to have to settle for watching the tournament on TV like the rest of us peasants. How tragic! That's exactly what happened with Germany and Japan. Number 1. Germany and Japan. In 1950, Germany and Japan were banned from playing football for their own countries due to their involvement in World War II. FIFA deemed their actions in the war as questionable and inappropriate for participation in the World Cup at the time. Obviously, the decision wasn't made out of sheer pettiness. FIFA chose to punish major players in the war by banning both Germany and Japan from featuring in the 1950 World Cup tournament. Well, surprisingly, Italy, one of the Axis powers during the war, was allowed to participate in the tournament. Well, that was a surprising move by FIFA. Did you know our next country was banned not just once, twice, or thrice, but for 3 decades? That's insane! You must be thinking, which country was that? Number 2. Well, it's South Africa, from 1961 to 1992. South Africa was banned from the World Cup for over 30 years due to their discriminatory policies against black people, which affected its football teams. The apartheid policy led to the segregation of football leagues by race, with white teams being treated as superior. It wasn't until 1992, when apartheid collapsed, that South Africa was readmitted into the tournament. FIFA expelled them from the football family until they were reinstated in 1993. They played in the World Cup qualifiers for the '94 tournament, but lost out to Nigeria. Back in 1998, they qualified and made their first ever appearance at the World Cup tournament. Number 3. Mexico, 1990. South Africa went from being banned to hosting the World Cup, all because they subscribed to our YouTube channel. So come on, man, do the same. Well, anyways, the story of Mexico was actually quite the opposite. In contrast, Mexico, which had recently hosted the 1986 World Cup, but only a few weeks later, they were hit with a 2-year ban for a reason that's quite surprising, but rather common in football. Why? That's because of having overaged players in their qualifying campaign for the 1988 Olympics. However, they were back in time for USA '94 and have qualified for every World Cup tournament since then. They were excluded from the 1990 World Cup in Italy as a result of this ban. Now that was a dumb decision. Who knows what would have occurred if they hadn't been banned? Number 4. Chile, 1994. One of the most significant exclusions from the tournament was Chile, who finished 3rd as the host country in 1962, but was banned over 32 years later. However, they were not allowed to enter the 1994 competition following the infamous incident involving goalkeeper Roberto Rojas. Roberto Rojas, a player for the Chilean team, was the cause of their ban. In a qualifying match against Brazil in 1989, Rojas, along with his teammates, abandoned the game, claiming it wasn't safe to continue playing due to a flare hitting him in the head. Evidently, everyone was aware of the Chile national football squad before images from the game were made public. The images unequivocally demonstrated that Roberto Rojas was not even near being hit by the flare. Looks like Roberto took the phrase "the ball is on fire" a bit too literally. So, how did he ever sustain an injury in the first place? And where the hell did all that blood come from? Well, upon investigation, it turned out to be a fake injury, and he had inflicted it on himself with a razor blade to end the match prematurely. He was banned for life, along with the team doctor and coach, for faking a bloody head injury caused by a razor he hid in his glove. And Chile was banned from the 1994 World Cup. In football, there have been many ugly moves made, but Roberto Rojas has a special place in the Hall of Fame because of what he forced his nation to endure. Number 5. Myanmar, 2006. While Chile faced a ban for its extreme efforts to secure a spot in the tournament, Myanmar was banned for attempting to lose its qualifications for the World Cup. The irony. Despite never qualifying for the World Cup, Myanmar was banned from competing 3 times in the 2006 tournament for withdrawing from World Cup qualifying matches. So you'd think they'd take advantage of every chance to enter the tournament, right? Actually, it's quite the opposite. In 2002, Myanmar was slated to play Iran in a World Cup qualifier, but they ultimately decided not to participate. I suppose it won't be a big deal. FIFA certainly agreed and fined Myanmar $20,000, and even disqualified them from competing in the 2006 World Cup. FIFA was even more enraged by the fact that Myanmar had skipped a qualification game for the third time. But it appears they have already learned their lesson, as they haven't missed another qualification game since. Number 6. Russia, 2022. On the other side, Russia might never again have the opportunity to qualify. Unless you're watching this in the year 2100, you must be aware of the most current events. Russia's ban from the World Cup and other international activities was due to its invasion of Ukraine and rising tensions between Russia and NATO. The ban was indefinite, and it's uncertain when they will be allowed to participate again. Additionally, the final of the UEFA Champions League that was scheduled to take place in Russia was shifted. Following its invasion of Ukraine, Russia was ostracized by the majority of the world, resulting in the country being suspended by FIFA. Despite being 2 games away from qualifying for their 3rd straight World Cup, Russia was effectively kicked out of the tournament, and their future in the sport remains uncertain. Number 7. Ecuador, 2022. Additionally, it doesn't appear that Russia will participate in any next international football competitions due to the current state of affairs, which is also the case for Ecuador. Ecuador's qualification for the 2022 World Cup is at risk due to Byron Castillo's age discrepancy and illegally entering Ecuador years later. His birth documents were alleged to have been fake, resulting in his suspension from the Ecuadorian national team in 2017, which was later reinstated after an investigation. In September 2022, an audio recording was released where Castillo admitted to being born in Colombia in 1995, rather than 1998 as previously believed. The Ecuadorian Football Federation allegedly conducted the interview, and the rest of the team knew about it. FIFA has reopened the case, and Ecuador's disqualification from the 2022 World Cup is likely. These bans were a testament to FIFA's commitment to maintaining fair play and upholding the sport's integrity. Which of these ban stories do you find the most intriguing? Let us know in the comments. Want to get more insights about the football world and players' lives? Watch this video of what happened to Ronaldo phenomenon and how Manchester United ruined football. Moreover, if you find this video interesting and informative, don't forget to support us by liking and subscribing to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon to get notified of the next uploads. Thanks for watching.